Both Bitcoin and also Ethereum have seen a major dump towards the downside overnight. A lot of people are wondering right now if the top is actually in and if we are seeing a major bearish week towards the downside, potentially even towards new lows for both Bitcoin and also for Ethereum. In today's video, I'm going to exactly explain to you guys why I actually think a bottom is close, since both Bitcoin and Ethereum are on support, and which long positions I will be taking for the upcoming week. What we can see last week is that Bitcoin was seeing a major push towards the upside over here. By getting this aggressive push towards the upside, Bitcoin was engineering plenty of liquidity beneath the low over here, which was my draw on liquidity for the weekly candle last week, and we indeed reached that area right there. After reaching that area, we can also see that Bitcoin formed a significant low over here, that brought us to that lower high over here, and this lower high over here brought us to another lower low. Now, while pushing towards the lower low, Bitcoin was at the exact same time also filling 50% of this major wick that we put in 2 weeks ago during that Friday night crash. So we filled 50% of that wick, we got a push to the downside, creating a significant high over here. Now, by creating that significant high, we can now also see that Bitcoin, after getting the push to the downside first, it got a push back towards the upside over here. And while getting that push back towards the upside, we can also see that we broke structure back towards the upside right there. Now, that means that if bulls want to step in, they need to defend the low over here. And right now we can also see that over the weekend Bitcoin was seeing another push towards the upside over here. I would say it was during the weekly transition period. Now, once again, just like it did over here, right, up on that weekend and weekly transition period, we know that a lot of people FOMO into longs right there. So yesterday I actually executed shorts over here, with as a target this low over here, which we are not currently taking out. So as we speak, we can see that Bitcoin is taking out major sell-side liquidity over here after getting a market structure break back towards the upside, which means that in my opinion, Bitcoin is currently entering an area where I think it has a high probability to potentially see a strong reversal towards the upside over here. If bulls want to step in, it should be somewhere within this area over here. So this is a very, very interesting area for Bitcoin, an important area for Bitcoin to hold as well as support. We could see another sweep of the low over here. That is possible, but I would want bulls to step in today and to form a strong low today on Tuesday for Bitcoin before reversing the price back towards the upside right there. Now, what adds confluence to this idea is if I select the last 3 years of distance data for the daily candles on Bitcoin and we navigate towards the key insights page over here, we can see that the current first pivot, aka the current daily high, was formed no more than 0.0% above the daily open, meaning that we have an extremely small to no wick towards the upside for the current daily candle. In fact, 99.2% of daily candles of the last 3 years, of bearish daily candles I must say, have formed a bigger wick towards the upside before expanding towards the downside on Bitcoin. Meaning, as you guys can see, the current daily candle has no wick formed towards the upside over here. And now that is an extra confluence in which I think that we are likely going to take out that current daily high over here, because basically we have formed no daily high. So Bitcoin is at an interesting area of support where it should potentially start bouncing soon over here, and we do have an extra confluence with that wick warning on the daily time frame. So this is the moment for bulls to step in, either today or tomorrow. It should form a strong low before pushing back towards the upside to take out the weak daily high, but to eventually, in my opinion, slowly start recovering this massive liquidation candle towards the downside that we saw 2 weeks ago on a Friday.
Stop being a fucking donkey and stop revenge trading at 2 AM in the morning. What you should do instead is like this video, subscribe to my channel, and keep paying attention because the video is not done yet and there's educational stuff to learn from. Let's go.
I think the Ethereum chart is even more interesting because last week we can see that Ethereum saw a massive push towards the upside, a lot stronger than Bitcoin. And we can see while getting the push towards the upside, it was generating a lot of liquidity beneath the low right there. Now, while taking out the liquidity over here, we can also see that also Ethereum put in a significant high right here, just like Bitcoin. So we sweep important sales liquidity, we break structure back towards the upside over here, as you guys can see as well. Now, while doing that, we can also see that Ethereum was displacing back above those bearish fair value gaps that it put in on that last leg towards the downside, right? So those bearish fair value gaps are now turning into an inversion, and it's a big sign of strength by the bulls that they displaced back above these strong bearish fair value gaps right there. So in my opinion, a high probability reversal structure, and just like for Bitcoin, also Ethereum needs to hold that low right here that they put in last week. Now what adds confluence to that idea, in my opinion, for Ethereum is that we have an SMT over here that was formed last week on Bitcoin and also on Ethereum. Now what do I mean by an SMT? I mean that Bitcoin took out that low that we formed over here on Saturday the 11th of October, and Ethereum didn't take out that low, right? Ethereum formed a higher low while Bitcoin was forming a lower low. That is what we call an SMT divergence, a smart money technique divergence, and I have a video actually on this on my YouTube channel, and I will leave a link in the description down below for you guys to check that out for more in-depth explanation on that. So we formed that SMT, we put in a high probability reversal structure while displacing back above that inversion over here. A lot of signs of strength by the bulls right here from Ethereum. And in my opinion, this is also for Ethereum, just like for Bitcoin, a do or die area. We can see that Ethereum got a push to the upside over here. It already took out the generated liquidity, just like Bitcoin has been doing. But Ethereum has some more liquidity resting, in my opinion, some more weaker liquidity resting beneath the low over here. So also Ethereum is at an interesting area where I think sooner rather than later, it should be seeing a reversal. Now, in order to get a reversal, guys, you want to navigate towards a lower time frame, because on the 15-minute, we can see that Ethereum, for example, is currently still in a strong local downtrend over here. So what you want to be seeking for is a high probability reversal structure to take place over here. Now, what do I mean by that? For example, Ethereum is now forming a lower high. You would like to form a lower low over here. Take out that sell side that we have been forming beneath the low right there. After taking out that lower low, you want to seek for a potential SMT over here as well. If you do get that SMT and Ethereum decides to squeeze up and break structure back towards the upside over here, then you have yourself a high probability reversal structure. You can start looking for longs with your invalidation beneath that low that we formed right there, targeting new weekly highs and beyond for the price of Ethereum.
A lot of you guys are still struggling to turn trading into something professional, sustainable, and profitable. I think most of you guys are struggling with that because you guys are lacking data. Data that proves the profitability of your trading system, but also data to back up high probability versus low probability trading ideas. In Tribe Capital, we are teaching all of this, and you guys can now get access for 14 days for just $1. I think it's the best trading community in the space, but obviously I'm very, very biased. All that you guys need to do to test it out for yourself is follow the first link in the description down below, fill out your information, and I'll catch you guys there.
I have also selected the last 3 years of daily distance data for Ethereum, as you guys can see. And once again, if we navigate towards the key insights page and we navigate towards the P1 and P2 status on the Brighter Data platform. And by the way, guys, I will leave a link in the description to their free Discord server that you guys can join for more data and statistics. So make sure to join that free Discord server as well. And we can see that 89.6% of daily candles on Ethereum have formed a bigger wick towards the upside. So once again, also for Ethereum, we have formed a relatively unusually small wick towards the upside before expanding towards the downside. So that means that in my opinion, the exact same concept goes for Ethereum as for Bitcoin. We have no wick towards the upside over here. We are currently mitigating that daily demand area right here. We are mitigating support while taking out sell liquidity. This is the moment for bulls to step in. This is the moment for bulls to show their cojones and to push the price back towards the upside over here. That daily wick warning is an extra confluence to the idea that I just explained. Wait for lower time frame confirmations. If you get those lower time frame confirmations, that's the moment you can start slowly stepping into a long position. If you get no confirmations, you simply wait for price to show signs of a bullish reversal structure over here. As soon as it does, you step in over here, you push the price back towards the upside right there. That's the play that I'm looking for this week on both Bitcoin and also Ethereum.
I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you guys did enjoy today's video, make sure to smash out the like button, make sure to subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Ciao, ciao!